All right, hello. Thank you for checking out another episode of Meet the Blogger, hashtag SHRM18 edition. This is Joey, and I'm here with Andi Devers, who is a longtime blogger at SHRM with SHRM, and she does a lot of cool things that we're going to talk about today. So, hey, Andi, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me on, Joey.
For sure. So, tell us what's your area of expertise when it comes to HR?
Several areas. I would say probably HR systems, change management, and HR programs, HR service centers is where I've spent a bulk of my career. But I've done a lot of stuff with around benefits, compliance, employee relations, that kind of stuff through the years.
Okay. So you write, and your specialty is more towards larger enterprise folks as opposed to the smaller businesses, smaller operations.
Yeah, yeah, in general. I definitely have an affinity for some of the smaller startups and such, but a lot of my experience is with the larger corporate firms, global
Cool.
corporate firms too. So sometimes my writing has a lot of a global slant to it.
All right. And how long have you been in HR?
Oh, a long time. So I've been in HR since finished college. So about 15 years or so. So
Nice, nice. Okay.
I know it makes me feel old. Experience, I should say. Makes me
Experience. Yes.
experienced.
You're a veteran. I, I know not to ask a woman her age. So,
No, I'm
uh,
19. I started when I
well, in case you're watching and you can't tell yet, one of the things I love about Andy is she's got a very bubbly personality. She's very excitable and just a cool person to be around. I know were we on the same stage at where
Yeah.
did we was it annual
That
last year or was it a
it was last year on the Smart Stage,
yes.
which, the Smart Stage are relatively new, so 2 or 3 years, um, and it's a great way of getting some bite-size, speakers and education, around some of the other conference, events as well, so for sure, that should be one of the things that you check out if you're looking for, tips or tricks of, how to make the most of a conference. That
Cool.
was a good
All right.
session, though.
Say that again?
That was a good session.
Yeah, it was. It was absolutely. Are you doing a smart stage this year?
I don't know. I'm not doing anything formal, but I might do something impromptu or something around the bloggers, but I have nothing formal going on yet.
All right, good deal. Well, you're going to help people make the most of the expo floor, right? So, what are some thoughts that you have about getting there? The expo floor, I swear every year it's like 4 football fields and then it grows. But
Yeah.
how can people tackle the beast that is the expo hall?
Yeah, so I have a couple of thoughts around that. Many people want to go in and get swag, and I that can be fun, but I don't recommend that. I actually think that you should be a bit mindful about um, what you want to see, who you want to talk to, what kind of programs or technologies you or your teams might be looking at over the next 12 months. If you're on a larger HR team, chat with some of your peers or your colleagues. Like what things can you bring back? One of the cool things, and I believe I do believe it's out on the conference site now. But go to the conference site or go out to the app. I believe that might be available to download and really start thinking about who do you want to talk to. Um, it's easily, I don't know, it's 4 football fields, but it's huge. And so you can get lost in there. So I find that having some intention around that is super helpful. My next tip would be have some questions or some topics that you want to talk to those vendors about. Um, and really engage in a conversation. It's going to be busy. There's not a lot of time. Um, but the idea is to make a connection for a follow up in the future. Um, I think if you do have some deeper questions or you've narrowed down who you want to talk to, consider going to the expo hall at a less busy time. So maybe during one of the session times. And you can go back and get some deeper conversations. But if that's the stuff that your business needs, that's an excellent use of your time.
Yeah, and the expo is a pretty big deal with the conference because it's so much a big deal that it's a part of the official name. It's the annual conference and expo. So SHRM
Yeah.
takes the vendor expo very seriously. And another thing I would add to all the advice you gave, which is great, I'd say not all vendors are going to be applicable to your
Mm,
particular business. So
that's right.
make sure you map out the ones that you want to see and peruse the other ones when you get a chance. You never know what might pique your interest, but definitely be laser focused on the brands that can add value to your company.
Yeah, great tip.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And so let's go back to your blog a bit. Where can
Mm.
people find it?
I blog over at the Girl in HR, and I also blog on Jessica Miller. Oh, I just butchered her name. Um, Blogging for Jobs, which is now Workology. So you can find me in both those places, and then also actually on the SHRM blog as well.
Okay, cool. And of the articles that you've written lately, what's one that really stood out to you and why?
Um, I feel like I have several. It's probably not an article I've written recently, but one that definitely stands out, and tends to get a lot of traffic, is I blogged not too long ago, maybe it was last year, but it comes up often, and it was around the 10 reasons why I like being an HR professional. Because it is something I'm passionate. It's not something I'm passionate about, and why I blog. Um, and another one that comes to mind is around change management. I just feel like as HR professionals, whether you are dealing with HR systems, or you're the benefits manager, or you're rolling out new performance tools, um, there's change management in all of that. So how to lead other HR people, your managers, your employees through that.
Cool, cool. And so people can check you out at The Girl in HR, Workology, on the Sharon blog.
Hmm.
Um, where will they see you in Chicago? So
Where will I
what
be in
are the
Chicago? I haven't, we're about a month out. And so I haven't laid out my plan yet, but I can tell you my approach and how I look at it. Um, the first year I went, it was like drinking from a fire hose, and I tried to do everything. Um, and that's one way you can conference. Now definitely more mindful of reconnecting with folks, vendors I want to see. I love HR tech, so I'm always looking for new and interesting things, kind of leading edge of HR tech or HR programs services. So I imagine I'll be in the expo hall. I love going to the opening sessions. I find them inspirational. They're a great start to my day. So you'll definitely find me there. I've been doing some stuff around the mom in HR. So I'm a newer mom. I have a 2-year-old, but I'm really trying to bring some of that community together and balancing both. So I imagine that I will be out walking this meeting other HR folks and sessions. I have
yeah,
a few sessions. I Every year I go to a Steve Brown session without fail, um,
yeah,
in the bookstore. So.
cool. And then any final advice for first time attenders and how they can make the most of this experience?
Yes. I would say one, comfy shoes are a must. I've been to the conference in Chicago before. I think were you there with Sherm several years ago?
Yeah, yeah,
And
I was there.
so it's a big conference hall. So definitely wear your comfy shoes. Um, and I would say have a plan of what you want to see, what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, but be flexible um, to change if something else comes up.
Cool, cool.
Mhm.
All right. Wear comfy shoes, be flexible, great advice. Andy, thank you for being on Meet the Bloggers, and we'll get this posted up soon so everyone can see your awesomeness.
All right. Well, I hope to meet some of you out there. Thanks,
Yeah,
Joey. See you
yep,
soon.
yeah, bye.